Hi, everyone. What's going on? What's going on? Yeah, yeah. Just going to hang out for a little while. I want to see who else is going to join me. It's a very hectic time. Very hectic time. Oh, my dog is joining me. You're usually in the other room. He's funny. Still, when I get my guitar, he like, boop, takes off. So it's good to have him with me today. Oh, I need scratches. I just want to check in with everyone. I know last week I was talking and I was really having a hard time getting into the groove of the season. I was kind of feeling like a Grinch. And I had to sit with that and try to, come to terms with that. And as I was working through that, it really occurred to me how the holidays really throw us off our routine. Oh, we got some people checking in. Good evening. Hello, hello. The holidays could really throw us off our game, throw us out of our routine. I mean, we think about it and how our expectations. Oh, Paul's here too. We got Billy, we got Paul. Hello. I know some other people said they were joining too, so let's see who else comes. But again, I did want to. Oh, there I am. That's better. Um, some other people watching too. Everyone, I want you to say hello. Let me know how you're doing, how the holiday is for me. Again, I've been feeling really out of sorts, and I've been looking at my routine and thinking how the holiday really throws us off our routine, and routines are so important. Um, to have a positive routine, so you plan for a calm day. It doesn't always go to plan, but if you in the morning have a ritual set that maybe you do some mindfulness and then you have another activity and you have things kind of manageable throughout the day, it really reduces your stress levels because you know what's kind of coming and anticipating. And even if it doesn't go the way you wanted to, that's okay. You're not all stressed out, just letting the day happen and what's going to happen. So I always found it helpful, even before, like after my evening meal, I'd have another mindfulness session and I'd spend a few minutes just kind of running through my routine for the day. And then I'd feel better in the morning because I knew what was going to happen. Like I knew what to expect. I have a routine for getting me to sleep. I've always had sleep problems. I know a few of us have have even talked to me about some of your sleep issues as well. Well, of course, Billy. I mean, you have to plan every day to listen to one of my songs, listen to one of my mindfulness. And then you have a sunshiny day. But Billy, that's the right idea. If you have things that make you happy, then why not plan a routine around that? Then even if things don't go so well, you have that routine to fall back on. Okay, I'm going to do something that is going to make me feel good and kind of bring me back to myself. And routines and holidays really bring us out of a routine because all the expectations really shift, don't they? Expectations for friends, all the social gatherings. And I have to tell you, you reach a point where your like social battery is drained, you know, having to do a lot of these things. So um, I a little planning ahead, a lot of routines of what I can do and what I can't do, I think has gone a long way. I really had last week, I was really out of sorts. I was really out of my routine, and even holiday routine. I've recently moved. I don't have a routine anymore, and I need one. How about you? Is there anything you find disruptive about the holiday that throws you out of your routine? Have you noticed anything? Has your sleep routine? I know my food has drastically changed. That I had to bring that back. There's so many more baked goods. Sometimes I'm physically and mentally exhausted, and Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you could share some more with me, Billy. But again, when there's so many more expectations, and again, your routine is so changed, it is physically and mentally exhausting. Even if it's not, if you look at it, it doesn't sound like it's that bad. Oh, I have to make extra cookies or whatever it is. You have to wrap presents, but you have to get the presents. Are they going to like the presents? And again, I think it's really all about routine and managing expectations. What are you really doing here? You're not buying people's love. You're not, changing the world here. We're just showing a gratitude. And I really have changed my whole perspective on gifts. Norman, hello. I really have changed my perspective on gift giving as, again, it used to be exhausting and, I don't want to upset and disappoint people. And instead, I'm looking at it as a way of showing my gratitude for that person in my life. I don't, my family isn't big on exchanging gifts anymore. Because it was kind of, it's a burden for a lot of people. Inflation's so high. And the point is, what is the point of that gift? So I really have reeled in, what that gift is. Like a lot of my relatives, they don't really need anything. We have a few people in college, so I could help out with books or gas money or things like that. And again, it's a way of showing gratitude. How can I help you get to the family function, type of thing. So I'm trying to minimize the exhaustion, reel back expectations on the holiday, and stay in my routine as much as possible. I know my night sleep pattern had really shifted, and I was staying up later. I was getting anxious, and again, I had to sit and examine that and say, what routines could I get into to help that? And getting back to my old sleep routine, mindfulness after dinner, no screen time for, I stop emails and everything after 8 o'clock. I have to. It does stimulate the eyes and the brain and all of that, but you don't want to worry about a stupid email all night. It's nothing you can do right then. Nothing I'm going to do right then. So, I changed my routine for screen time. Now with this transition and working from home, I have more time, that I'm looking at the screen for what? And I'm building that routine. And, this is when I check my emails. This is when I check my emails. This is when I check all my social media, because it is part of my business, as a musician. So I do have to keep up on that, but not every single minute of the day. Changes that I even make to social media is going to take time. And now I'm really trying hard to manipulate my Spotify account. So again, how often do I have to check that? So last week, me feeling like a Grinch really made me examine some stuff. So I'm just checking in with you guys that are watching, checking in how you're doing. Do you find you get more stressed for the holiday? Do you find you're out of your routines? What do you do to get back into your routines? And again, I think mine is getting into routines and remembering gratitudes. Again, gifts to me are showing my gratitudes. They don't have to be expensive. I'm not trying to buy anybody's love or affection. I'm just saying, hey, have some moose tracks, because moose tracks are yummy and I like you, that type of thing. So, Billy, you have the right idea. You do think you got to add things into your routine that are going to make you happy, feel grounded, and feel like you're kind of in control of what's going on. I feel less like a Grinch. I have to remember that I like baking cookies. It brings me a lot of joy. So, trying new recipes. I joined a, I don't know if you remember this, the British baking show, this British show that I'm obsessed with. Got me through COVID. Every week I would try a new recipe from this show. And I actually found a meetup group that does the Bitters Baking Show, and they have a once a month challenge. This month is panettone, and I really wanted to join this group. I just started joining this week, but I don't know if I could bring myself to make a panettone. I know moose tracks are so good, aren't they? Like if anyone gave me moose tracks or popcorn and stuff, like I feel happy. I don't go, oh, but I don't know. Maybe with the generations, like I got a gift, I was happy somebody thought of me. You know, I don't expect gifts from a lot of people. Um, but I think this generation, again, we become a very materialistic, and competitive, and who's gotten the better iPhone and things like that. The expectations are so high. I don't know if they appreciate moose tracks anymore. You know, I used to send my nephew these big vats of popcorn. He always said thank you. And I was always taught that way. I think that's one thing, my mom would instill is that you say thank you. I don't go, oh, I'm going to return it for some, another brand, or, maybe if it didn't fit, I'd get another size, but, so I think, again, tempering expectations for this holiday is making me feel less like a Grinch, and getting into a healthier routine. I got to eat better. Oh my goodness. Because sometimes you do this, you guys, I go, oh, I'm having a lousy day. I'm going to make myself feel better. And you have this meal and you're like, God, that was gross. Why don't you eat all those French fries? And it's really not taking care of yourself when you feel crappy afterwards. So again, routine, even eating habits, sleeping habits, self-care habits, even when you have meetings and stuff, self-care through those meetings, especially if they're long ones. Make sure you have water ready to go and, you're taking notes and things like that. In my mindfulness this week, I did the difference between thinking and overthinking. And that comes into play in this too, because when you're thinking, it's an action. You're planning, you're scheduling. You're going to do something. When you're overthinking, you're churning over the same thing. And it's just building self-doubt, defeating confidence, and you get stuck there. So I think being in a routine, a healthy routine, can really break a lot of that overthinking because you know what's coming. You know what you plan for healthy things. And it's taking control instead of just letting the day happen. I find when I plan my meals ahead, I am so much better off than if I go, oh, what am I going to do? I'm out driving around. There's the quickest, easiest thing. I don't want to get caught up with that. So that is my plan, as I ramble on, to kind of get me through the holiday and keep me in good spirits. I am routines, routine for me, holidays is all about getting together with friends and things like that. And that should be the focus. So what kind of routines do you like for the holidays? I'm not getting any feedback here. I know Billy's listening to my music. He's watching my mindfulness. Always good. Always good. But what else is going on? I mean, it's getting close. What is it, a week and a half away? Like that. So I'm going to sit down tomorrow. Tomorrow's my scheduling day. And, kind of come up with a schedule, see how many cookies, different types. I like to make different types. But again, I don't want it to be stressful. If it doesn't fit in, like a type a day, 2 a day, that's what I'm going to do. Healthy routine. So stress-free for the holidays. I know I've got a few of you watching different platforms here. So, you guys have any feedback? Just keep things simple. Just keep things simple. That is not a bad way to go. That is not a bad way to go at all. Lose tracks and keep it simple. Keep it simple. You know. Oh, save yourself from being mentally and physically exhausted. That's what I had to do last week. You know, I had to really put things in perspective and kind of the highs and lows of the holiday. So those are my survival tips for the holidays. You guys have any others? I'd love to hear them. I'd love to hear what gets you through the holiday. If there's anything else you can suggest. Because little bit of updates. Speaking of routine, Thursday is usually my routine of live streams. And for the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be out of my routine because I'm going to be taking a little bit of a holiday break. I have some events coming up next week. And then next week is the holiday week. So I'll be taking the next 2 weeks off from the live streams. I have one more on the ranch on Monday, but then I think I break to the new year on that too. So I'll be doing that. I have some real exciting guests coming up the next few. You know, the show's kind of catching on a little bit. People, seeking me out, which is so fun, which is really fun. And then I have a show coming up. Jamie is going to be with me. Jamie's not here tonight. Where are you, Jamie? Yeah, Jamie's going to be joining me in Ocean Grove, January 3rd at Cafe Artiste. Ooh, you've been watching on the ranch? You have any thoughts on the show? I'd love to hear any feedback you have. I'd love to hear it. I hope you guys are having as much fun with it as I am. Oh, I had tech issues last week. I thought it was the funniest thing. My guest and I are chatting away, and I'm like, oh my goodness, it didn't go. It was like streaming, like going live. And finally, I had to go back out and in for 7 minutes. It's pretty funny, actually. But yeah, I think I've had some really talented guests on, and it's a good way to explore what's out there, He was from California. I've had guests from British Columbia. The next guest, Russ Stallions. I actually met on. There was this showcase for the UK, but he was American, so he's going to be on. I think let me check that. Russ Stallions is from where? It doesn't say. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's like from Nashville, I believe. Oh, I could be making that up. I don't even know. So you love it. Billy, that's so good. So Billy's there with his moose tracks, watching on the ranch. Oh, what else is going on? Okay, so that's my next show. I'll be using Lady Blue. Lady Blue is going to make her debut, being blue, at the Artist Cafe. It's in Ocean Grove. I think it's like the New Jersey Performing Arts Center or the Jersey Shore Performing Arts Center. Ooh, Rich likes the ranch too. Yeah, it's funny. I didn't think I'd enjoy hosting a show as much as I did. I blew what? What is that? Billy, what did I blow? What did I blow? I blew what? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's definitely been fantastic. Okay. I don't know, Billy. What did I do? I blew it. Billy, you're making me sad. What? What? So, oh, I I got it. Ah, I blew it. Blue. Lady Blue. Get it? My guitar, Lady Blue. Oh, I was going to show you. I still have some cozies left to sell. Very few, actually. And I still can get them in by Christmas. So, ooh, I had some here, but I sold them. Uh-oh. But my cozies. Um, if you check on our the page, you're there. So if you're still looking for one, um, special price for you guys. So yeah. And then when we come back for the new year, I'll have the show the Cafe Artiste, and then I'll have the first live stream of the year, the 4th. And again, we'll talk about new rituals and incorporating some more self-care habits. Some people call them resolutions. I don't, because I don't want to put that much pressure on you. I just want to, are there any habits or anything that you could do better? Is there anything you could add to your daily routine that would bring less stress to your daily routine? To me, you want to call it a resolution, that's fine. I don't think it has to be that drastic, every little bit. So anyway, we'll be doing that. Right now, just remember your gratitudes for the holidays. Remember why we do all of this, what you're grateful for. Stick to your routines. I know there's holidays and the expectations are different, but that doesn't mean we have to really be off our game, that much, out of our routines and out of our things that keep us safe and less stressed. I know I have to avoid the caffeine at all costs, like this time of the year. Puppers. Hey, honey. No caffeine. I won't sleep. Ugh. Talk about throwing you off your routine. Ugh. Then I'm up watching old movies all night. Paul, you have an event coming up, right? The Scared Silly. Aren't you doing something with the kids again? Some of the old vintage cartoons. Caffeine flows through my veins. Oh, I can't do it. I won't sleep. I don't know how you get to sleep with that much caffeine. It's funny in the morning, part of my routine in the morning, walk the dog, and I want my coffee, even though it's decaffeinated. I still like the routine of having something warm in the morning to like jumpstart my morning. So it's more warmth and more of the routine than it is actually a kickstart like the caffeine. I'd rather be well rested and ready to start my day than needing the caffeine to do it, but I do like the ritual. Oh yeah, Paul, you're going to actually be there. I'm going to be a guest at the comic book convention this week. It's a STEAM-themed SkyTech Comic-Con for kids in Harlem. That's right, you did this last year. And he'll be autographing comics that he's written because Paul was working for Archie Comics for a long time before he moved on. So good stuff. That's a fun routine to have for the holidays. It really is. I know one year I did Toys for Tots. Different ones. but new area this year. So settling into a routine. Well, I hope you guys find a really happy holiday routine. And I hope the holidays are everything that you want it to be and that you have things to be grateful for. Um, I'm going to be signing off, and I will see you guys, wow, in the new year, 2024. Um, I do. I'm looking back over the year. I'm going to do this tomorrow because the last 2 weeks of the new year, what I do is I really do an inventory of the goals I had set the prior year, how far I've come in those goals, and reassess what my goals are going to be musically, in the coming year. And I have to tell you that everything just exceeded expectations. Like I never planned to have my own show, and here I am, have my own show. So some things went really well. Some things I need to reassess if they're even goals anymore, So it's actually kind of a fun process looking back. Oh, my mom made it. So again, so the last 2 weeks of the year, I spend kind of reassessing what routines work for me, what need to be changed, what goals I reached, how can I reach my new goals. Again, it's kind of assessing, what's working and what's not working. But there are some goals you really, routines you need to stick with. If you're getting to sleep, well, then you need to stick with that sleep routine. If it's not, you got to change it. Setting your routine for the day, even the night before, if you do that. You have to plan your self-care. You can't just let it happen. You have to go, okay, I'm going to have my coffee. I'm going to have a mindfulness session. I'm going to do this. I'm going to eat this. Stick to routines. They're a safe way to kind of bring down your stress levels. And that's what's going to get me through this holiday. So it's good hearing from you guys. Again, won't be here for the next 2 weeks. You know what? My replays are up. So you can always watch those. All my mindfulnesses are up here. They're all up on TikTok. And I got to tell you, I avoided TikTok for the longest time. But one of my goals for the year was to focus a little bit more on TikToks. And that's when I started my Mindful Mondays on video. And I have to tell you, that exceeded expectations. Those suckers get 700 views in one day. And that is just mind-boggling. So I've been putting a lot of planning into my 30-second mindfulness. But it's a lot of fun. And I really enjoy that routine. And it keeps me grounded thinking about being mindful. So that's not a bad thing. So everyone, find your routine. Find your self-care. And if that's not working, if you're ever feeling lonely, reach out. You find a friend, find a neighbor or a relative that cares. And Facebook is a place you can reach out and talk to somebody maybe that you reach out. I'm always interacting here, or you could reach out and DM. I know holidays could be kind of tough. Thank you, Billy. I hope your holiday is filled with peace, love, and joy. Grateful. I'm going to add gratitudes and self-care. And some peace. Yeah, the peace has got to be in there. Like some inner peace has got to be there. So it's been a pleasure hanging out with you in the 2023. It's going to get even bigger and better, 2024. A lot of things happening, dropping back. Again, a lot of reassessing going on with, the releases that I have and timing. So a lot of big things happening, behind the scenes. So I hope you find your inner peace always. What do we got? Yes, Billy and Randy, all those lovely things. Oh, thanks, Paul. Enjoy your well-deserved break, Randy, as well as the holidays. Really, I hope you really do well at your Comic-Con with the kids. I know how much you enjoy that. So have some fun with that. And everyone be well. I will be on the site for the next 2 weeks. I just won't be doing the live stream. So always check back here. If you need me, DM me. Everyone has my email. Go to my website. You can find my email. So I'm always here for you guys. All right. Everyone, happy holidays, happy New Year's, and I will catch you soon.